All right, let's cut through all the noise around AI, shall we? Forget all the hype, forget those 10-year predictions. What we're going to do today is lay out a clear, actionable roadmap so you can build a real one-person AI business. One that actually pays the bills. So, where do most people mess this up? Let's dive right in.
Okay, that's a pretty bold statement, right? But honestly, it gets right to the heart of the problem. It's not about a lack of talent or bad timing. The issue for so many people trying to start an AI business is that they're building in the wrong direction completely. They get so focused on perfecting the tool instead of solving the actual problem. And that's a huge mistake.
And that actually brings us perfectly into our first section. We're going to really dig in and diagnose this core problem, this thing called the preparation trap. I'm sure you've seen it. It's what keeps so many smart, talented people totally stuck, just collecting tools, watching endless tutorials, instead of actually shipping a product and, making money. And this right here, this distinction is so important. Look, on one hand, you can use AI for productivity. Writing emails, doing some research, and yeah, that'll save you an afternoon. That's great. But building a business with AI, that's about creating a genuine asset, something that actually generates revenue even when you're not actively working. We're talking about two completely different ballgames here.
And here it is, the dreaded preparation loop. Does this look familiar to anyone? It's this incredibly frustrating cycle that so many people get trapped in. You get this amazing idea, right? Then you spend weeks, maybe months, learning all the tools, subscribing to all the platforms. You map out this perfect plan, and then it just doesn't feel ready. So what do? You go right back to the research phase, and the whole cycle just repeats itself. And the result? Nothing, ever, ships.
Okay, so what if the problem isn't your execution at all? What if it's the entire approach? That's what we're going to get into in this next section. We're going to talk about a huge paradigm shift in how you think about AI in your business. A shift that, honestly, changes everything.
This is the absolute key. This is the core idea that successful solo founders really truly get. AI isn't just another feature you tack on, another tool you plug into your workflow. No way. For a one-person business to really succeed, AI has to be the architecture itself. It's the very foundation, the framework everything is built on. It's not just the paint on the walls, you guys, it's the steel in the frame.
And this is exactly where a tool like Claude Code comes in. Now, I have to be really, really clear about this. This is not just another chatbot. We're talking about a command line AI agent that operates directly inside your development environment. It can read files, write code, run commands. It can literally understand an entire code base and make smart decisions. For a solo builder, that is a whole other level of power.
This comparison is just so critical to understand. You see, most people look at these kinds of tools and think, oh, it's a writing assistant, right? Something that helps with little tasks. But what it actually is a system builder. It's not about being a little more productive, it's about building the fundamental infrastructure of your entire business that gives you, as a solo operator, a massive structural advantage.
Okay, so we've got the mindset shift down. Now for the million-dollar question. What do you actually build? And look, this isn't going to be theory. We're going to dive into 3 proven business models that are working for real people in the real world right now.
So, the secret sauce behind every single one of these models, it's leverage. It's all about building systems that work for you, so you're not just trading more of your hours for more money. And right now, there are 3 amazing ways to do this. First up, you've got AI-powered productized services, where you basically automate 70 to 80% of a high-value service. Second, you can build custom AI tools for specific niche industries. And third, there's high-ticket AI systems consulting, where you go in and build these systems for other companies.
And just to make this super real for you, look at that number, $3,500 per audit. There's a real person out there using that productized service model, charging $3,500 for a single content audit. And get this, she puts in about 4 hours of her own strategic work, and her AI system does the rest. That is the power of leverage we're talking about.
All right, enough theory. Let's get down to execution. This is where the rubber meets the road. We're going to lay out a concrete step-by-step plan for your very first month. And this plan is designed for one thing, to get you shipping and earning, not stuck back in that dreaded preparation loop.
Okay, here's your 30-day sprint. Week 1, you're going to install Claude Code and pick a hyper-specific niche. Don't overthink it, just pick one. Week 2 is all about building a minimum proof of concept and, this is crucial, validating it with at least 5 potential clients.
Then, week 3, you take their feedback and you iterate. You make it better. And by week 4, the goal is simple. Close your first paying client. See the pattern here? It's all about action, all about real-world feedback.
Okay, now we're going to get into some of the master-level thinking here. This is the stuff that really separates the pros from the amateurs. Because it's not just about building something cool. It's about how you position what you've built to create a real, defensible business for the long haul.
Seriously, if you only remember one thing from this entire explainer, make it this. Your clients do not care about your tech stack. They don't. They care about results. They want their report automated. They want their content audit done in 2 hours instead of 2 weeks. You are selling a transformation, a result. You are not selling the technology.
So how do you actually create a business that's defensible, that has a real moat around it? Well, it really boils down to 3 key things. First, lead with transformation. Your whole pitch needs to be about how their business is going to change for the better. Second, build compounding systems. Every project you do should become a documented, reusable asset in your own library. And third, you have to treat distribution seriously. Document your process, share your results publicly, build that authority and proof.
Okay, let's just get real for a second. The honest truth is that AI amplifies. It doesn't replace. It is not a magic bullet. It doesn't replace the hard work of business fundamentals, clear thinking, truly understanding your customer, and having the discipline to actually ship your product. What it does do is amplify those fundamentals. So if you have a sharp idea and a clear niche, a tool like this lets you move 10, maybe even 100 times faster.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most important point. This window of opportunity, it's real. This incredible advantage that a committed solo person has right now is absolutely real, but it's not going to be open forever. The absolute best time to start building your track record is right now, today, while most people are still stuck in that preparation loop, just thinking about it. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build?